Axie Infinity had a rough day with whales, content creators, and guilds all listing high-value assets such as mystics and lands for sale. But what did cause that issue? Well, if you have missed it, there was an Axie Land live stream yesterday led by Zayori and Philip La, and they really haven't said much. All they have announced is that there are more delays coming in. Axie Infinity Land will not be playable towards the end of the year, and that caused this reaction. And there have been a couple of interesting tweets popping up. Psycho tweeting, "In critical times, people show the true colors. Never forget those who have your back." And Elijah responded to him with, "There's been a lot of critical times lately. They've been snacking up. We've all had your backs over and over and still do. Some of us are just upset and feel unheard and underappreciated. Some of us are questioning things, and I don't think it's all that absurd." From what I know, Elijah has been popping out content for the last year or so, and he really hasn't been in contact with the team from his other tweets that suggest that. The next tweet was coming in from Cloud White, and for those of you that don't know Cloud White, he's been in Axie Infinity for a while, I believe right from the start, from 2018, and he needs lands. Well, he suggests that Axie Infinity needs land staking for AXS rewards this year, so they need to reward the land owners, as they have been holding a high value asset that is really scarce and they've got nothing for it, right? There's something called the opportunity cost, and is it really worth holding a 50 Ethereum land on Axie Infinity rather than looking for other opportunities? At this point, it's probably not worth it because you get nothing in return. So Cloud White suggests that you need to be able to stake your land so that you get some AXS back. Maybe that AXS can be locked until the gameplay is released, but there needs to be something that is piling up and showing appreciation for those high value asset owners. He has lived through 4 iterations of the roadmap. Time to pay for the delays. 4 iterations of the roadmap. Like, if we just click on the first one, you can see it right here. This doesn't really show the year, but I expect it to be like 2018, 2019. Now this one, a little bit more detail. You can see quarter 1 of 2020 land gameplay. That's what they have announced. Quarter 1 of 2020, and they have announced the shift to 3D models by the end of 2021, and now they announced delays for those as well. We're not going to get land gameplay until the end of the year, so that's already a 2-year delay, and you can see another roadmap right here coming in. And lastly, he says there was 0 good news, no reason to present, 2 people were in a room working my life investment. And this last sentence is really interesting because from what I know, Cloud White is not that type of guy to be coming in and saying stuff like that out in the public. And if he is, then there's really either something really wrong or he's very upset, or the combination of both. And the reason he says 2 people were in a room, as I showed you previously, it was Zayori and Philip La, and Cloud White has been invested in this project for way longer than those people were onboarded on this project. So I think Axie Infinity made a mistake for Zayori and Philip to be presenting Axie Land. I feel like it should be someone from the core team that is working on that and that was making decisions on the land gameplay. But that's just my suggestion. That's what the people have spoken on in Twitter space that was hosted yesterday by Dave versus Axie. If you haven't seen that, then I suggest you check that one out as well, because it was 3 hours of people that own land, such as Dave versus Axie, such as Bryson, just speaking out on what they will be doing and what they feel about this situation. And then we have seen high value assets owners listing their mystics and lands for sale. The first one that we see is Meta T8 Elijah for 25 ETH. If we refresh it, let's see if it's still here. It's still here listed. Then we had Bryson. Bryson actually took his down from sale. It used to be listed for 25 ETH. Looks like he has taken that one down. And then the last one that we have is Dave versus Axie listing his for 27.8 Ethereum. And there was one more tweet that I can't really find, and it was a guild or a person that is holding a large set of lands that are next to each other called an estate, and he was willing to sell that for lower value if anyone wants to see that. This is the Dave versus Axie Land Twitter space. If you want to see that one, you can probably check it on the Dave versus Axie Twitter. But it's not all bad. After the Axie Infinity team has seen this feedback, they have decided to collect that feedback, which again, they have done things backwards. Why don't you consult your community before you come out with a decision to do a Q&A if you don't have anything good to present, right? They've done that with the content creation program, increasing the marketplace fee. They have pulled back on that. They have done some other changes in the past couple of months that they come out with a statement and then they pull it back once they hear a lot of feedback. Why don't you ask for the feedback first, collect it, gather it, see where the community stands on a matter or an issue, and then come out with a statement rather than just presenting something and then having to pull back time and time again. If we look at Psychout's Twitter, we can see that he did tweet that potentially Axie Land staking could be a possibility, right? Land staking that rewards long-term loyalty sounds lit to me. And we can think about luck rewards. If someone sells it, 50% of it will go back to the reward pool and 50% will be split among holders. So they want to create something. They've heard people speaking about land staking, which is possible in other projects, and they need to introduce it so that the landowners don't feel abandoned for holding an asset that's really not doing anything and will not do anything for the next year. And the last thing that I want to mention in this video is a tweet from Arctic saying the Axie Infinity community is disjointed. On Discord, it's impossible to keep track of everything if you're not looking all the time. Facebook is an island. It's time for Axie to create a Proto Governance forum to focus conversations and to put proposals forward. Not a full DAO system, but something that we can just communicate officially through an Axie Infinity channel. And he suggests launching a Reddit-like platform that requires Axie assets ownership to access. You can log in with your own wallet. Asset ownership above a certain accessible threshold should be required, and your profile would be displayed in your Axie holdings. And then you can vote on certain ideas that are put throughout the community and see how that happens. And we have an official channel for gathering all of those ideas and gathering that feedback from owners of AXS, from owners of Axie Land, Mystics, whatever, what have you, rather than from people within the community that don't really have skin in the game. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole situation? I'm not stating my opinion, I'm just reporting what has happened yesterday. I'm not a land owner, so I can't really speak for these guys that have been holding these assets. And let's not start attacking people that have listed their land and Mystics for sale. It's their own decision, it's their own money. If they want out of Axie Infinity, they shouldn't really be having to face anything. They have full ownership of these assets. If they want to sell them, that is their right to do that. So that's just my couple of closing thoughts. Let me know what you think, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily playthrough content, and I will see you on the next one.